And welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, the ultimate 80s game show. Did you know, for example, the 1980s saw lots of new entries in the dictionary? Trophy wife was entered in the mid-80s. She was entered a bit less in the early 90s. And then got dumped for a yoga instructor in 2003. Computers in the early 80s only had 64 kilobytes of memory. The only people with less memory of the 80s are Radio 1 DJs. And Countdown appeared on TV in 1982, the same year as the first condom commercial. It worked for me. I bought a condom in 1982, and I can't wait to use it. Right, let's get started. OK, everyone, it's time once again to welcome Rachel's assistant. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Joe Wilkinson. Joe, why are you dressed as a cub?
Eh? 80s night, innit? And in the 80s, I was a cub. Still am, actually. Been trying to kick me out for years, but just will not leave. Oh, and in the 80s, when I was a kid, I smoked a pipe. Love cubs. I love being a cub. I love the camaraderie. Love getting pissed with other cubs. Only downside, though, if I'm honest, is because I've been a cub for 30 years. I've done all the badges, pretty much.
What badges have you got there?
Yeah, I've got canoeing and mat reading and all that shit. So I've done it all. So I've had to start doing my own ones. Like this one here is my dancing near a quarry badge. Got that for dancing near a quarry. That one's I had to fight a bear. It was actually a koala bear. It was tiny. I kicked the shit out of it. That's my swallowing a horseshoe badge. And then next to that is my going to hospital and having a horseshoe removed.
OK, well, you're obviously Rachel's PA.
Yeah.
So after work, do you socialise together?
See what you're doing. Very subtle. Just see if we're trying to work out if we're dating. We're not dating, Jimmy. Not dating. I think the phrase people use is buddies.
Rachel, has Joe been working hard recently?
Depends what you mean by working hard.
Well,
wink, wink.
You've not... It's less like having an assistant and more like caring the community. But
happy to take that as a compliment.
Susie's favourite film is Dirty Dancing, and nobody puts Susie in the corner except the makers of Countdown. Susie, you've got a band demand today in Dictionary Corner, which is great. Who's your dream guest?
Am I allowed a dead person? I mean, alive. Can I have Samuel Johnson?
Samuel Johnson, the original writer?
Yeah.
He's going to be very outdated.
No, but he could tell us about brilliant words. One of my favourite words, which is retromingency.
Retromingency?
Is that when it used to be like a big bush? Is that a retro...
It means peeing backwards.
Sucking it back in?
What do you mean, peeing backwards?
Well, I think apparently rhinos and hares can sort of pee so that it... I didn't research this one, but it kind of, you know, just goes backwards.
So it goes back? Well, I could do that. I just... in charge of the numbers, it's Rachel Riley. Rachel Riley, she's hotter and cleverer than Stephen Hawking on a sunbed. Rachel, have you got any advice for tonight's competitors?
Just, you know, stay cool. I know you're pretty nervous about this, but a contestant actually won 3 points with a 3-letter word once, so... You know, even if you're rubbish, you can still get down there with like a 2-letter
law
word.
you set the bar because there's 2 northerners on, 2 Johnnies on. Well, you know, at is a word.
OK, everyone, let's count down. Time for the first game. John and Henning, you get to pick the first letters.
Off you go, my good friend.
We'll have a vowel.
A.
Another vowel.
E.
And another vowel.
Oh, hello.
But we also
O.
do need consonants.
And we'll have one...
J.
Great letter.
And then another consonant.
Hate a J, don't you?
F.
Can I have another vowel, please?
Oh.
These are shit!
Consonant, please.
H.
Let's have another consonant to even it out.
S.
It almost is like Führer, but we're still...
Who's living in the past?
Another consonant.
Another one?
That's
Oh, sorry, I
five.
said consonant, sorry.
Your time starts now. What have you got?
That's incredible.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, no, I just thought I'd sort of, you know, for the 80s special, just change it a little bit.
You've got such an unusual face in reality. Everyone's thinking the same thing. Does he look worse or better? We can't work it out.
Keep it, Jimmy, keep it! What have you got? John?
I have a 6.
You got a 6, OK.
That's one better than me. I've only got a 5.
5.
Lee, what have you got?
I have a 6.
It's funny I haven't got a 9 after all that shit you were giving me earlier.
I won't react.
I hope you don't overreact. Oh, 9 letters.
David? You got a 6?
Yeah.
OK. Henning, what's your 5?
Shade.
John, your 6?
Housed.
Oh, yeah.
As so many people weren't in the 80s because of bloody Thatcher.
Lee, what you got?
I have got minus strike, which is... That's 6 letters, right? I also have housed, and I've written it down in case it's doubted. Housed.
Where have you written it down there, sorry? Can you...
I've written it there! Housed. No, you can see it. Housed. I've housed.
David, your 6?
I got housed.
Because it almost feels like you've just written down house now.
It's written there. I got it ages ago. I was doing other things. Moved on. I've written half a book.
OK, so 6 points to both teams. OK, time for the final letters game. Lee and Adam, you're to choose.
Is this the final round, or are there 2 more rounds?
There's a letters and a numbers,
Letters
and
and
then the
numbers.
conundrum,
Cool, OK.
which is often it's the crucial conundrum we call it when it makes the difference.
Well, if you made it 100 points, it would be crucial.
Yeah.
Just saying. Go with whatever you want.
Jimmy, I've got the rule book here.
The what? The
Official
countdown.
rule book.
OK.
Ooh, piss off.
Who's it written by?
Not important. Yes, it can be 100 points. Let's play countdown!
It's an 80s special this evening, Susie. Any favourite words from the 80s?
Well, the 80s were the decade of acronyms. You had yuppies, you had smankers, single, middle-aged, no kids. But my favourite was the Lombards, loads of money, but right dicks.
Why are you looking at me? And in charge of the numbers is Rachel Riley. Rachel graduated from Oxford University with a master's degree in mathematics covering quantum theory, fluid mechanics and applied maths, the perfect preparation for spending day after day multiplying 25 by 4. Were you a child genius in the 80s?
I started school when I was 2. Yeah,
You started school when you were 2?
Yeah, I was really, really annoying, so my mum just got rid of me as quickly as she could.
How old were you in the 80s?
I was born in 86.
And you started school in 88?
89.
Well, that's 3. That's basic math.
Henning Wehn.
3 in 89.
OK, it's 80s Night on Channel 4, so I asked you all to bring along photos of yourself in the 1980s. Let's have a quick look at some of them. Rachel, let's have a look at you in the 80s.
Well, I was a little bit Aryan.
You were a little bit Aryan.
Rachel, you look really like Julian Assange.
OK, Vic, let's have a look at Vic in the 80s.
There. That's me and my mate Jules and John Lydon. And it was at Sadler's Wells Theatre and Tina Turner was on. And just after that, John Lydon said, why don't we break into her dressing room and steal her wig and set fire to it so she has to go on the stage bald. But we never got round to it.
That's an awesome photo of the 80s. OK, David O'Doherty, can you beat that?
Yeah, pretty much. I was the Sheriff of Ireland. There wasn't much crime in the 80s either.
Sorry, can I just check? Is that a hairstyle or a crash helmet?
Henning, do you have...
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't got any photos from back then because, unlike in Britain, I don't live in the past.
OK, let's have a look at John in the 80s.
No teeth.
John, interestingly, used to be Chris Martin.
Just after this was taken, John Lydon came in and set fire to my head.
Lee, let's have a look at Lee.
Now, I'm a bit older than John, so do not take the piss, right? We were different in the 80s. It wasn't just me. Everyone was different. We dressed different. We looked different. So just don't, all right? Me in the 80s.
OK, time for another letters game. John and Chris, you're to choose.
Vowel, please.
Oh, I can't remember. I might just do some colouring in.
You are the worst assistant ever. A.
Do a duck.
That's a dog.
Oh, yeah.
Vowel, please.
O.
Vowel.
I.
Vowel.
Another I.
Vowel.
A. That's your lot.
Vowel.
This game matters to some of us! We're close! We're neck and neck!
It'll have to be consonants then, won't it?
C.
I weed a bit there.
S. My floor. D. P.
Your time starts now. Sarah, what have you got?
Oh, I've got a 3.
A 3?
I'm confident.
A confident 3?
Yes.
Sean, what have you got?
4.
4. OK. John?
5.
Chris?
I've got a 4 as well.
A 4. OK, Sarah, what's your 3?
Well, it was cop, but I've realised it could have been cops. Shit.
OK, Sean, what have you got?
I got cads.
Cads.
Is that what that fella is? A bloody cad. Using all them vowels.
He's a bloody bounder. Chris, what have you got?
Acid.
Oh.
You've got no idea how much that meant. That was... God, I felt like a warm bath.
Acid.
Can I phone me mum? Can I quickly phone her? Acids.
John, what you got?
Disco!
Yeah, you have back.
Disco! It was just an amazing bit there when I was getting as many vowels as I can. He just let it across and whispered, steady on, old bean. It's the greatest thing anyone's ever whispered to us. You're lucky Sean was wearing the hat.
So 5 points to John's team. OK, John and Henning, your turn to choose the letters.
As an incentive, if you get 9 letters, we'll take our tops off.
Another top one. I'm
Oh,
safe.
shit, forget it. No.
Let's have a consonant. Why not, for old time's sake?
Okay, you can put that one up.
T.
Consonant.
Oh, yeah. L.
Let's have a vowel.
U bend.
And a consonant, please.
T.
And another vowel. And a consonant, please.
D.
And a vowel.
Oh, it's a bloody good A, mate.
And a consonant.
F.
And a vowel.
E.
OK, your time starts now.
Because he had a massive cock.
Yeah, he did.
I'm not going to sleep tonight.
Why are you not going to sleep?
Because he had a massive dick and it was in my face.
It wasn't that close to your face. I mean, it wasn't that big.
Yeah, but when I try and sleep, it's going to get closer.
Can we have a round of applause for that young man's cock? Why not? Come on. Lee, what have you got?
I'm going to go with 6.
You got 6, OK. David, what do you got?
6.
OK, how many letters, John?
I'm going to say 6 because it's how I feel.
Henning, what do you got?
Yodel, so 6.
Good, OK, fine. OK, John, was your 6?
Mine's futile, because if there's men with dicks like that about, then what is the f***ing point? You spend years developing a sense of humour to convince a woman that that's actually as important. Then you see something like that and you think, I'm wasting her time.
It was magnificent.
That is so creepy from you dressed like that.
Are you working on another badge?
Lee?
I've got fated, but spelt with an I. I thought I'd stick an I and hope it was a word. It's not, is it?
You should have stuck the rest in if that's your tactic.
It's not there.
It's not there.
Not fated.
David?
Failed.
OK, 6 points for both teams. OK, well, over in Dictionary Corner, we have Alex Horne and the Horne section. Introduce us to the band.
Well, this is, we could only fit half the band, so we've got the worst half, and we've got two of my oldest friends. We've got Ben on drums and John on... Joe on trumpet, and you'll know Will Collier on bass from the Will Collier Septet, the jazz ensemble that was once described...
OK, and with Alex, of course, is Susie Dent. Susie is incredibly bright, but can you tell me this? My thermos flask keeps hot drinks hot and cold drinks cold, but how does it know?
There's going to be a funny answer to that one. What is it?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Bob, there's going to be...
Funny answer to that. Is it the flask question?
Yes.
Oh, that's for Lee.
Yeah.
I'll ask my nan.
Susie, have you got a favourite word?
Wang doodle, I like.
Wang doodle?
Wang doodle, not what you think. It's not a smutty drawing. It just means poppycock. That's just nonsense.
Poppycock is what a wang doodle I thought... I thought that's what it meant. And in charge of numbers, it's Rachel Riley. Rachel is appearing on this year's Strictly Come Dancing. But TV bosses have told her to wear longer skirts than normal, so viewers don't see too much of her cha-cha-cha. Rachel, who would be your dream contestant?
On Countdown, probably Ryan Gosling.
What makes you think he'd be very good at sums?
Who said he'd be good at the sums?
What's he got that I haven't got? Don't answer that. So, Henning, your turn to choose.
Well, I'll have then 3 vowels and 5 consonants, please.
You're going to save the last judgment for once they're out?
Oh, yeah, it's 9, isn't it?
Not looking good for the maths round, is it?
Say them.
A-O-E-N-R-S-G. I've forgotten how many you wanted.
5 consonants, so 1 more of them, basic maths, and 1 more vowel, please.
Right, the last one, O.
OK, and your time starts now.
Ah, what did I do that for?
So I see the hemorrhoids haven't cleared up.
Rachel, are you OK?
I'm good.
You know, the real injury there was your pride, because I nailed it on the...
You want to try it in heels, Jimmy?
Hmm?
You want to try it in heels?
Well, that's in the bank. OK.
Have you got enough in the bank, Jimmy?
OK, Henning, what have you got?
Well, I've got a 6.
David, what have you got?
I've got a 6, but, yeah. I mean, I've got a slang 7.
Are you going to play the 7 or the 6?
We're going to play...
I'd go for that. I'd go for that.
That?
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
OK, Henning, let's hear your safe and ordinary 6.
Ranges.
Ranges. OK, what's your risky 7?
Come on, I'm convinced this is in the dictionary.
Gooners. Fans of Arsenal Football Club, but also
Why is that not
an old Scottish word for... that's how you bullshit in this. It's an old Scottish word for a mountain path.
It's not in. Goners, but not gooners.
I've been beaten by a German.
6 points to Henning.
No, you.
Susie, Vic, could they have done any better?
Yes, they could. Susie's got a very good one. Nooners.
What's a nooner?
An afternooner.
It's an event, especially an act of sexual intercourse that occurs in the middle of the day.
Whoa, 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 whoa. And you're not allowed gooners.
Oranges is there! Oranges!
Can we just...
I'd be collected at the airport by hundreds of thousands of people if I got oranges!
T-shirt, you No oranges is there for 9.
That's really frustrating. What have you got, Sarah?
I've got 991.
991. Terrific skills. Sean, what have you got?
7.
I'm intrigued by your working, OK. Chris, what have you got?
I think I've got 991 and I'm so excited, I'm shaking. Trembling, because I think I've got it.
John, what have you got?
I've got 991.
OK, I think we should have Chris show us how he did it because he seems so excited.
I think I've done it.
Is that finished?
Yeah.
OK, Chris?
Yeah, because that's the... Yeah. Yeah, of course it is. You're my team!
Trying to save you from an embarrassing moment.
Chris?
Is it wrong?
Yeah.
Is it wrong? Just tell us how you did it. Go on. Chris, just say what you did.
Come on, Chris.
Say what you did, Chris.
It's wrong.
Sarah, how did you do it?
10 times 100 is 1,000.
1,000.
7 plus 3 minus 1 is 9, and take the 9 away from the 1,000.
Yeah, 991, well done.
John, how did you do it?
I did 100 minus 1 times 10, and then 4 minus 3 is 1.
Times 10, 990, and then add the 1, yeah.
OK, time to go over to Dictionary Corner. Abandon Man, I have a challenge for you. We've asked everyone to bring along an object this evening. They're special to us in some way. So we're going to show you the objects, and I'd like you to improvise a rap about them. So for everyone at home, Abandon Man have never seen these objects before. They're just going to see them now for the first time.
We're gonna try. If you guys want to take out your special objects, make some noise. These are the special objects. Make some noise! First of all, man, I'm going on the cloud. Check your luck, man, he's showing me the owl. Looking at this, man, hope might spring. It's a dope owl that's got string. Yep, I'm passing back, man, yep, very careful to match it. Boom, cherry. That's right, you know that it's the biz. It's 1 cherry for the countdown kid. Now, over there, man, you know, should I mention, I'm going up north, then I'll pick up a penguin. Yep, you know that we rapper with the car. You can take that, that's a penguin bar. Now, this, my friend, you know it's not disastrous. He gives me the leg, and frankly, it's plastic. Yep, it's totally fantastic. I'll pass that back quick. Now I'm going to grab this, man. You know that it's true. Okay, that's great, that's fake poo. I'm looking at this, I aim for the stars. I was genuinely hoping it was melted Mars. Going over there, crazy insane. I will pick a card like David Blaine. We do this, you know, let the brain just tussle. Susie, let's try this, I'm giving them a shuffle. Yep, man, you know it might be surprising. Go pick a card, that's the king of diamonds. Yep, that's right, man, I can flow. That's like a lame version of Dynamo. Now I'm coming over there, you know that it's true, boo. Yeah, from you, it's from Honolulu. I won't lie, am I going too far? This genuinely looks like Jimmy Carr. Yeah, that's why you know no trouble. Look at this, the Honolulu body double. Yeah, man, you know that he'll never be crossed. This is Jimmy Carr when he starred and lost. Ladies and gentlemen, don't feel down. Make some noise for the things in count. Down, yeah, man, you know I gotta warn you. Now back to my spot in the dictionary corner.